Have you ever wondered how to find true peace, genuine freedom, and complete happiness in the latter half of your life? After years of dedication, relentless effort, and facing countless ups and downs, is there a path that allows us to live serenely and independently, without having to chase external expectations or nameless clamor? Today, I want to share with you a philosophy of life that might sound unusual, but holds extraordinary power. It's living with a cool detachment, not indifference, but an advanced survival skill, an art of living to achieve true freedom and happiness. Many might think that cool detachment is a negative trait, signifying apathy or aloofness. But no, the cool detachment I speak of here is a state of mind forged through life, as many storms. It is maturity, the result of experiences, stumbles, and hard-earned lessons that have helped us perceive everything more deeply and calmly. When we are young, we are easily swept into emotional whirlpools, influenced by others' words, and hurt by trivial matters. We often try to please everyone, fear rejection, and constantly seek external validation. But once we've traversed half of life's journey, we realize that to maintain balance, to protect our inner self from unnecessary turmoil, we need a resilient shell, a heart that knows how to cool down at the right time. This cool detachment helps us no longer overemphasize fleeting things, no longer overly concern ourselves with dissenting opinions, but instead focus on our core values and what truly matters. It is wisdom, the ability to control our emotions and reactions to all events, so that life is no longer dominated by external factors. The first and most crucial step on this journey is learning to adopt a cool detachment towards oneself. This might sound paradoxical, but it is the key to freeing ourselves from unnamed burdens. Cool detachment towards oneself means daring to streamline unnecessary social relationships. Have you ever felt exhausted from maintaining relationships that, in reality, bring no value beyond fatigue, comparison, or judgment? It's time we learn to let go, to dedicate precious time and energy to those who truly matter, to relationships that nourish the soul, and most importantly, to ourselves. Focus on developing your inner self, reading books, learning new things, pursuing hobbies you've long put aside. Enrich your spirit with meaningful experiences, with the tranquility of your soul, by dedicating time to what truly makes you happy and peaceful. When you cultivate a cool detachment from external expectations, you will discover the most authentic, strongest version of yourself, a version that doesn't need anyone's validation to feel complete, because you have built a solid and rich inner world for yourself. After learning to adopt a cool detachment towards oneself, we will find it easier to cultivate a cool detachment towards others. This doesn't mean you become selfish or heartless, but rather that you wisely choose what to accept and what to refuse. In life, we constantly face requests and favors from others, sometimes from people who aren't truly close. Fearing offense or wanting to appear kind, we often reluctantly agree, even knowing it will make us tired, waste our time, or even lead to exploitation. For example, Sarah, a woman who always tried to please everyone, frequently agreed to help, even when her own work was piled high. As a result, she was constantly overwhelmed, stressed, and lost precious time for herself and her family. But someone who lives with cool detachment will dare to say no, politely yet firmly, to unreasonable requests. They understand that protecting their time, energy, and personal boundaries is paramount. When you know how to refuse, you not only avoid being exploited, but also assert your self-worth, earning greater respect from others. Remember, kindness never means blindly sacrificing yourself or allowing others to take advantage of your good nature. It's about knowing how to set limits so you can continue to give genuinely and sustainably. To effectively practice this art of cool detachment, there are 3 core methods we need to master. First, there is the ability to refuse. This is a powerful skill that can help you reduce up to 90% of life's troubles. Imagine no longer having to nod yes to every unwanted dinner invitation, every project that doesn't align with your values or goals, or every pointless conversation that drains your energy. Your life will become much lighter and more focused, allowing you to dedicate your time and energy to what is truly important and meaningful to you. Second is the ability to shield. In today's era of information explosion, we are constantly bombarded by countless pieces of information, both good and bad, useful and useless, true and false. The ability to shield helps you filter out negative information, gossip, and sensational news that is irrelevant or detrimental to your life. Protect your mind as you would a precious garden, allowing only good seeds, positive thoughts, and beneficial knowledge to sprout. And finally, there is the ability to regenerate. Life is constantly moving, and so are we. The ability to regenerate means daring to let go of the past, not being burdened by past mistakes, regrets, or old failures. It is the ability to continuously renew yourself, learn from experiences, and be ready to embrace new things without being held back by the weight of the past. See each day as an opportunity to start anew, to become a better, freer version of yourself, always ready to adapt and grow. On the journey of cool detachment to achieve freedom and happiness, we also need to identify and avoid 4 dangerous traps that can drag us down, leaving us stuck in negativity and dependence. The first trap is easy complaining. When you complain, you not only hurt yourself a second time, but also turn yourself into a victim in your own story. Complaining doesn't solve problems. It only drains energy, attracts more negativity, and makes you lose the ability to see solutions. Someone who lives with cool detachment will focus on finding solutions rather than wallowing in lamentation. The second trap is dependence on others. Whether it's financial, emotional, or spiritual dependence, this pushes you into the abyss of reliance. True happiness and freedom can only come from self-reliance, from trusting your own ability to overcome all challenges and build the life you desire. Never hand over the key to your happiness to anyone else. The third trap is relying on old experiences. The world is changing at a dizzying pace, and if we cling stubbornly to what we already know, to old methods, we will trap ourselves in a narrow cage of thought, missing out on new opportunities for growth. Be open to new ideas, new approaches, and don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone to learn and adapt. And the final trap, but no less dangerous, is limited perception. When you restrict your own vision, you confine yourself to a lower tier of thought and action, unable to see the infinite potential that awaits. Expand your knowledge, broaden your horizons, connect with progressive thinkers, and continuously learn to break down all barriers you've set for yourself, reaching new heights in life. Living with a cool detachment is not about abandoning emotions, but about mastering them. It is an inner, transformative journey that helps us become stronger, more confident, and more peaceful. When you dare to live with cool detachment wisely, you will find your life becomes lighter and more meaningful. you will discover true freedom to pursue your passions and a lasting happiness that doesn't depend on anything external. Start this journey today to build a brilliant and self-reliant latter half of your life. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more content on living a better life.